what's going on, everyone? So after the last video where we kind of talked about how to create your first map here on Foundry Virtual Tabletop, and I'll leave a link up there and down in the description below, some questions came out about how to actually use some of the dynamic lighting tools. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to jump in here and do a quick and dirty tutorial on how to use some of the basic dynamic lighting tools within the software and kind of how you can manipulate them. We're not going to jump into any of the super advanced stuff, but we'll be doing that later on down the line. I just want to give you guys kind of a good basis to start with. Now, if you have any questions as we're going through this, make sure you leave a comment down here in the comment section, but also come down to live stream. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday here on YouTube and on Twitch. Link for the Twitch stream down in that description below. And we actually talk everything Foundry Virtual Tabletop, other virtual tabletops, Dungeons & Dragons, tabletop role-playing, anything related to tabletop role-playing, like world building, stuff like that, we'll discuss there on the channel. And I'll be able to tailor actual answers to your questions tailored to your specific situation. If you end up liking the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified when other tutorials on Foundry Virtual Tabletop come out, or anything else related to Dungeons & Dragons, or anything else related to tabletop role-playing comes up for the channel. Now, without further ado, let's actually just jump into this video and actually talk dynamic lighting in Foundry Virtual Tabletop. Alright guys, so now that we're over here at the computer, we can actually jump into Foundry Virtual Tabletop and play with those dynamic lighting tools. So as you can see here, we are actually within our Salt's Vault map here, and we actually are on our walls tool here on the left of the wall controls. Now, depending on which one you do choose over here, it's going to change the kind of options you have here for your different tool sets, but we're going to stick with walls. And then we have all these different ones here that we can choose from. We can actually select walls, we can create actual walls, we can create terrain walls, we can create invisible walls, we can create ethereal walls, doors, we can create some secret doors. We can also clone walls, and we can also snap to grid. Now I'm gonna actually leave snap to grid off for this case because I wanna be able to kind of make my walls kind of in between, because I like to make it so my players can see the walls, but they can't see through them, basically. I want them to actually be able to kind of see that there is a wall there. So we're actually gonna come here, and I'm just gonna draw a straight line here with our wall tool. We're gonna come kind of all the way to the end, and we're gonna let go right there. And then I'm actually gonna come in here and grab this segment here, and we're gonna draw a line here as well, so that way we can kind of create that kind of doorway effect. Same thing here. You wanna kind of make sure that you're kind of getting all the way there, so that way you don't have any little gaps and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna actually come over here to this part of the wall and actually bisect this one in half, which will do what I want it to do, which is kind of nice. And then we'll do the same thing down here. We'll come across. And I'm just gonna do this kind of like general starting area to kind of give you a glimpse of what these tools actually do. We'll come across here with this wall, come down here with this one, we'll create this one, and we'll create this one, and let's make one more over here, just so we can kind of encapsulate this entire area. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna create some doors. So that's all I really need to make after this is basically make doors. So we're gonna draw some doors. I like to make sure that I go beyond the line of the door and come all the way across. So that way we actually are making sure that we're hiding everything and we're not leaving any gaps, because the worst thing you wanna do is like create something and then have gaps in it so your player characters can kind of see through. So we're gonna try and get rid of all that. And the same thing here. And we'll do one more over here for good measure. There. So then if we go back into the tokens, you can actually see that there are little door icons here, so you can actually open and close the doors. And if we actually take one of our guys here and we throw him on the map and we actually click on him, we can see his line of sight. Now he has dim vision out to a certain distance because he is a human, but let's say he's carrying a torch. So we can actually change that easily by going into the token, go into vision. We can actually give him, let's say he emits bright light for 20 feet because he's carrying a torch, and emits dim for another 20 because he's carrying a torch. We'll update that, and now he can kind of see in the immediate vicinity around him. So as he kind of comes through this door and we click here, you can actually see that now he can actually see within this room, but he can't see beyond this room. I mean, you can see it because you're in the GM view beyond this room, but he can't see it if he's a player character. Now, if we click on this door, it's gonna open up the vision for him into this room. So you can actually kind of walk in here, and now he can kind of see in here. Now, if we close the door behind him, it'll close it off for him. And it looks like I did miss a little bit of the map here with that gap there. But we can easily fix that by going back into our walls here. I probably am just gonna move this over to this line, and then if we go back to our player character's view here, yeah, we blocked it off. So I'm just gonna make that a straight line for now. And then as we kind of walk through here, we can say that he opens this door, he can see now, walks through, door shuts behind him. And as you can see, that's basically how it all works. And because we gave him a light source, he can actually see. Now, if we took some of the light source away, so if we go back into our guy's settings here and we actually take his vision and let's say he only emits, let's say we just give him 0. So all he has is dim vision for 30 feet. Update. So now he's gonna only be able to see things in dim light. So everything beyond here is darkness for him and he can't see anything. So basically, as a result, he's not gonna be able to see things that he normally could in bright light. So let's say if there's a monster or something like that beyond this kind of dim light radius that he's kind of being able to see in, he's not gonna see anything beyond it. So in essence, we're kind of creating kind of a little bit of a mask. So if you wanted to kind of hide tokens, you can actually hide them with this dynamic lighting, or you can hide them different ways. But that's basically kind of how this dynamic lighting works. Now you can play around with some of the tools here to give you some other options. So if you wanted to create some secret doors, or if you wanted to create some ethereal walls or something like that, you can. But that's basically the general gist and a kind of a quick and dirty tutorial on how to use dynamic lighting here in Foundry Virtual Tabletop. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is actually going to end our basic tutorial on how to utilize those dynamic lighting tools in Foundry Virtual Tabletop. Now, I'm sure you guys have some questions. Leave some of them down here in the comment section, but also come down to the live stream. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday here on YouTube and on Twitch. Link for that Twitch stream is down below. But I'm here to answer your questions. Anything tabletop role-playing, Foundry Virtual Tabletop, Dungeons & Dragons, anything world building, whatever the case may be. Whatever I can do to help you become a better player character or a better DM or GM, I'm here to answer your questions, and I can do a better job answering your specific questions tailored to your situations over there in the live stream. If you end up liking the video or you made it to the end, please give it a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified when other videos like this come out for the channel related to tabletop role-playing and these tutorials on Foundry Virtual Tabletop. I hope you guys learned something today, and until next time, happy gaming.